Rated M for movies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rated M for Movies. My name is Matt. Today I got my review for you for Star Trek Beyond. It stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Carla Urban. So let's talk about it. So it continues 3 years after Into Darkness, and it opens up with the Enterprise being attacked by the swarm of ships. Nobody knows what the hell they are. They just kind of appear while they're going on this mission, and you figure out later that they're led by this guy named Crawl, this like mysterious villain figure, and it leaves all the characters kind of stranded, separated on this planet, and they try to regroup, and they eventually have to take down this guy. I've loved the first two Star Trek films, guys. I thought they were very well done. They're some of the best sci-fi films in years. Into Darkness story is especially good. I've never really seen the original Star Trek films. I've never really been like big into it as I am like Star Wars or something like that, but I thought the first two films of the reboot series, I guess it is, are very well done. I was very excited for this film. Like the past two films, the cast in this are absolutely incredible, guys. They work very well together, especially Spock and Bones in this film. I thought they had some great moments. They're actually stranded together when all the characters like separate after the Enterprise is destroyed, and they're stuck together. I thought they had some of the best moments in the entire film. They're very funny. They work really well together. Quinto and Urban really kill it as Spock and Bones respectively. Chris Pine is also very good as Kirk. You can kind of see his like evolution in this film. You know, in the first film he was like this cocky kid, and then you really start to see his progression. And in this film he's like this very mature like captain. I guess Captain Kirk you guys all know and love if you're really into Star Trek. I loved his character in this film. He's very good as usual. There are a lot of great action scenes throughout this film as well. There's a space battle towards the end that I really like. I won't spoil it for you guys, but it's incredible looking. It looks very good. Some great firefights throughout as well, and the hand-to-hand combat all looks really well. The camera keeps up. There's definitely a lot more action scenes this time around compared to the last two films. This film is definitely more of like an action comedy type thing, as the first two I feel like were more like a dramatic sci-fi films with some action thrown in there and some comedy thrown in there. And that brings me to the script, and I thought the script was also very well done. It's actually co-written by Simon Pegg, who plays Scotty in the film. It definitely has a lot more comedy, which you can kind of expect from Simon Pegg, and it has a lot of dramatic moments as well, but I thought they were very well done. They were balanced very well together. As I mentioned before, Carl Urban is really great as Bones, and I thought he had some of the best lines throughout the entire film. He's really funny. He very much is just a smartass to everybody, and he keeps it up in this film, guys. He's really great. There are also some great looking special effects. They nailed the look and scale of the Enterprise as usual, and some of like the cities in this film, I won't really spoil what they are, but it feels like it's huge. It feels like everything feels like to scale, and it feels like a giant like universe out there. It's amazing. They really nailed the scale and scope of this film. And you know, a lot of the effects look great, but unfortunately a lot of the effects do look spotty at times. It lacks a lot of the polish the J.J. Abrams films had. I feel like, you know, it's just like small things. Like some things look like they had like textures that you put on like an Instagram filter or something like that. I mean, sometimes it was worse than others. Sometimes it was very bad. Sometimes it was just like, okay, it's a little thing. It was definitely lacked a lot of the polish that the first two films had, and not just the lens flares or anything like that, but you know. There's also a scene with the song Sabotage in it. As you could probably see from the first trailer, they kind of expected them to use it in this film, and it felt very out of place, guys. It really didn't feel like it belonged in there, and the way they used the song is just kind of stupid, I thought. I really didn't like how they did it, and I felt like they just kind of threw it in there just to have the song in there. You know, while it did lack the polish that the first two films had, Star Trek Beyond is still a very good film overall. It's definitely different, and I can see a lot of people that love the first two not liking this one at all because it's just very more action oriented and a lot more comedy in it. But I definitely loved it for the great performances and the incredible script co-written by Simon Pegg. It ties it all together very well, I thought. Star Trek Beyond is a great addition to the series, guys, and some of the best sci-fi you'll see all year. That's why I'm going to say Star Trek Beyond is worth seeing at full price, definitely, guys. It's a great addition to the series. I don't think it's quite as good as the first two, but it's definitely not that far behind. I cannot wait for the fourth one. So stay tuned for my spoiler session, guys, on Sunday. Keep listening for that, and I'll see you later.
Rated M for movies.